First, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being exemplary, 1 being abysmal, how would you rate your department's handling of UC claims over the past year?
So being fair and recognizing the voluminous amount of work that we had with the amount of staffing that we had, I would say we were not perfect, but I would rate it probably about a 6 or a 7.
Same question with respect to the fraud incidences. Same rating, handling of fraud claims. What would you rate it?
I would say probably about a 5.
Okay, now I want to build on some of your testimony earlier that Senator Bartolotta had asked, and you had given 2 numbers, 39,000 fraud cases, 62,000 fraud cases. Is that a total of the fraud cases that are currently before your department? So is it 101,000 fraud cases?
Those are currently the cases that we have open before the department.
101,000?
Correct.
And what's the breakdown of that? 39,000 is what? Is that more serious or less serious?
39,000 is the fraud that has occurred within our traditional unemployment compensation program, and the 62,000 is that occurred with the federal program, the PUA program, which was federal funds.
And then, per your earlier testimony, you have 18 investigators handling that currently?
Correct.
So, of those 100 tax agents you indicated will be assisting, isn't it correct that none of them have touched one of those cases to date?
To date, no.
And the expected time frame for that was what?
So training will begin next week, and rolling out individuals to the field would occur the following week.
Okay, so of the 101,000 current cases, and just doing some quick math, and 101,000 cases by 18 investigators, that's 5,611 cases per investigator. Correct?
That is correct.
So why the delay? And I preface that by saying that this is definitely the biggest issue that I have in my district office, and I'm sure that I probably speak for maybe all of my colleagues with respect to the cases that are handling. And I have a staff person dedicated just to this, that deals with individuals coming in, senior citizens coming in because they can't figure out the ID me, and she sits with them and they go behind her desk so they can take a picture so they can get this through. And I have cases from August that have yet to be resolved. I have cases from August that have not been resolved, and these people cannot file a claim through no fault of their own because they are precluded. And you're telling the committee here today that you have had 18 investigators on this caseload for how long? Why wasn't this addressed earlier in this situation?
So, Senator, I think initially our main priority was paying out benefits to ensure that claimants who are entitled to benefits receive them, and I understand that individuals impacted by fraud also are owed benefits as well, but our next priority was making sure that we were addressing the fraud that we saw occurring in real time. So, our focus was in trying to get the fraud out of our system as soon as possible. And then on top of that, we also hit our busy season as well. So now that we're coming out of our busy season, we have the resources and the capacity to do the cross-training, implement a plan, and move as quickly as possible to get those folks working on fraud cases.
What is the backlog of these claims? Going back and I understand there's 101,000 cases pending, but what's the backlog by average by months?
I would have to get that information for you.
Okay. And the new system that has been introduced here, it seems, I'm hearing from my district offices that there seems to be a different glitch every week. Do we have an idea of when this new system will be running smoothly?
So the new system that we went live with in June of 2021, we've paid out over $7.6 billion in benefits. There has definitely been some issues that have popped up as we make adjustments and try to optimize the system. Sometimes it seems like when we implement something, something else breaks, but we are committed to making sure that the system is completely optimized and getting education out there so that folks are able to file their claims with the system. It's, you know, we've seen with other states, we are the first largest state to modernize our UC system. We've seen with other states that it's taken up to a year to level off and work through the growing pains of the new system. So we anticipate when we hit that year mark that we will hit our optimization. That's what we're aiming for.
I see my time is up. I'll reserve for the second round. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.